A word of advice, if you really want to learn how this was done and you want to get a little more experience, there's no substitute for working along with the steps. Simply watching the videos will not be the same as working through it. When you're involved in the process, hands-on, even though you're following pre-made steps, you can always fool around with it after the fact because you will understand it so much better. Now, as I've said, is you need to have done part one and part two in order to understand these, because I'm not going to reproduce what I've already done twice. So, taking you through this, I'm going to hold down Option, click on this eyeball. When you have a stack of Photoshop layers and you Option click on the eyeball, it turns off everything but that one layer. Now, to arrive at this point, here is the order in which I proceeded. I opened up the DNG. When I double-clicked on the DNG file, the DING, the digital negative, Camera Raw launched. It opened in Photoshop, but it opened in Camera Raw. I made no changes whatsoever, just clicked open, and the large picture opened up in Photoshop, which I then cropped using the crop tool. And if I click on it, the settings should still be here. 16 inches by 10 inches at 180 pixels per inch. I'm going to hit escape. I didn't show you this before, but in these presets is a choice for width, height, and resolution. And we had already established the exact size and resolution we wanted to work at. So when I made the crop, the image got smaller. If when you crop the image got bigger, it means that you upsampled. You never, ever, well, you seldom ever want to do that. There are exceptions to every single rule. Now, after I cropped it, I right-clicked on the layer, turned this into a smart object, and went up to Filter, Camera Raw. And here are the Camera Raw settings. I did not change any other channel. I went through these to double check. All I did was make these settings right here. And you can write down these numbers. You can pause the video and make these settings yourself. And that's the image I arrived at. I click Cancel, and then use the canvas size twice in order to enlarge the canvas. Then after the canvas was enlarged, I Option clicked on the new layer icon in order to make the white background and filled it after hitting D for the default colors. Command Delete fills with white. Now, if none of this makes sense, it's because you didn't pay attention to part one and part two. There is no way to learn the fundamentals of Photoshop without embracing some of these shortcuts, and I did show you how to go up to Edit, Fill, and choose foreground color or background color or white or black, depending upon what you need. So that's how we got to this point right here. And this is important because the next step absolutely depends on this white background being here.